Have you ever met someone who seemed to have everything going for them? Success, wealth, confidence? But when it came to their lifestyle, they didn't seem flashy at all? They didn't drive the newest car, they wore simple clothes, and they didn't brag about their expensive vacations or extravagant shopping habits. They looked and acted like they were living paycheck to paycheck, but there was something about them that suggested they were anything but broke. In fact, the wealthiest people in society often look, act, and live as though they are far from wealthy. They don't flash their wealth, and they certainly don't spend money on things they don't need. Why is that? Why do some of the wealthiest people appear to be acting broke when they're far from it? And most importantly, what can you learn from this approach to building wealth? Let's break it down and take a look at the habits of the ultra-wealthy that make them appear broke, and why you should embrace these habits to build your own financial independence. Number 1, they don't waste money on status symbols. One of the most obvious reasons the wealthy act broke is that they don't feel the need to spend money on status symbols. You won't see the richest individuals driving the latest luxury cars or wearing outfits that scream wealth. Instead, they prioritize value over appearance. They understand that true wealth is not in flaunting what they own, but in preserving and growing what they have. Many ultra-wealthy people drive older cars, wear clothes from regular stores, and live in modest homes, even though they could easily afford to splurge on extravagant things. They avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because they can afford something doesn't mean they buy it. You can learn from this habit by focusing on what adds true value to your life, rather than what makes you look wealthy to others. Buying things because they are high-status items may provide short-term satisfaction, but it often leads to unnecessary debt and a lack of financial growth in the long term. Number 2, they prioritize investments over spending. The real rich know the key to long-term wealth is investing, not spending. While many middle-class individuals might focus on spending their income to elevate their lifestyle, the wealthy take a different approach. They invest. Whether it's stocks, bonds, real estate, or starting a business, they choose to allocate their money into ventures that will grow their wealth over time. Think about it. Investments generate passive income and allow the rich to keep growing their wealth even when they're not working. This is why they often seem broke on the outside. They aren't blowing money on things that depreciate. Instead, they make their money work for them. You can apply this mindset by shifting your focus from instant gratification to future wealth. Start prioritizing investments that will yield long-term benefits, whether it's contributing to a retirement fund, purchasing real estate, or investing in stocks. This way, your money works for you rather than simply being spent away. Number 3, they avoid flashy purchases and lifestyle inflation. When a person gets a salary increase, their instinct might be to upgrade their lifestyle. The new salary can bring new cars, bigger homes, and flashier clothes. However, the wealthy know better. They avoid making purchases that don't align with their long-term goals, and instead they stay disciplined with their spending habits. They avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, where every raise leads to new, unnecessary spending. For the real rich, it's about freedom, not possessions. They are willing to keep their current lifestyle and even after they can afford more, because they understand that accumulating wealth means making sacrifices and being disciplined with money. You can practice this by resisting the urge to upgrade your lifestyle every time your income grows. Instead, save or invest any extra money you earn so you can continue building your wealth while living comfortably within your means. Number 4, they focus on building passive income. One of the biggest reasons the rich act broke is because they focus on building multiple streams of passive income. Instead of relying solely on their salary or business income, they generate wealth from investments and assets that provide a return over time. Passive income can come in many forms: rental properties, dividends from stocks, royalties, or online businesses that require little ongoing effort. This allows them to accumulate wealth without working 24/7. Many wealthy individuals prefer letting their investments grow quietly while living modestly. The key takeaway for you is to focus on creating passive income streams. This can include investing in rental properties, starting a side business, or even setting up an investment portfolio. The more passive income you build, the less reliant you'll be on trading your time for money, allowing you to achieve financial independence. Number 5, they don't let debt control them. One of the clearest signs that the wealthy act broke is their attitude towards debt. They know how to leverage debt strategically, but they avoid carrying high-interest debt that can trap them in a cycle of repayment. Most middle-class individuals use credit cards, loans, and car payments to maintain a certain lifestyle. The wealthy, on the other hand, understand that debt can either work for them or against them. Rather than financing liabilities such as cars or vacations, they use debt to acquire income-producing assets. They may use loans to purchase real estate or invest in businesses, but they make sure that the debt they take on works to grow their wealth. To avoid falling into the trap of excessive debt, prioritize paying off high-interest debt, such as credit cards, and focus on using debt only for productive investments. Number 6, they stay focused on long-term goals. The wealthy don't get distracted by short-term pleasures. They stay focused on their long-term financial goals and make sure every decision aligns with their strategy for building wealth. While others may focus on spending money on things that will give them immediate satisfaction, the wealthy think in terms of decades, not days. They understand that true wealth is built over time. It takes years of disciplined saving, investing, and strategic decision-making to create lasting wealth. Rather than worrying about keeping up with the latest trends, they focus on making decisions that will pay off in the future. You can implement this by setting clear long-term financial goals and sticking to them, even when short-term distractions arise. Whether it's saving for retirement, buying property, or starting a business, staying focused on the big picture will lead to lasting wealth. Number 7, they don't need validation from others. Real wealthy individuals don't seek external validation or approval. They don't buy expensive clothes or drive luxury cars just to impress others. They are content with their success and don't feel the need to flaunt their wealth. Their confidence comes from within, not from the approval of others. This mindset allows them to avoid unnecessary spending and make decisions based on their personal values, not social expectations. The wealthy prioritize financial independence and personal freedom over external appearances. If you want to build your wealth in the same way, start by developing your own definition of success and living by your own standards. Don't let society's pressure to keep up dictate how you spend your money. Number 8, they keep their financial moves quiet. Another reason why the real rich appear broke is because they keep their financial moves under wraps. They don't boast about their income, their assets, or their latest financial achievements. While others are busy showing off their wealth on social media, the wealthy prefer to stay private about their financial successes. They understand that talking about money can invite unnecessary attention, unwanted advice, or jealousy. Instead, they let their money grow quietly and they focus on achieving financial security without making a big deal out of it. You can learn from this by adopting a more discreet approach to your finances. Avoid comparing yourself to others and keep your wealth-building efforts private. The less attention you draw, the more control you have over your financial journey. The real rich act broke not because they don't have money, but because they know how to manage it. They don't need to flaunt their wealth, and they don't waste money on things that don't add value to their lives. Instead, they focus on long-term wealth-building strategies, avoid excessive debt, and make sure their money works for them. By adopting these habits, you can build wealth quietly, live comfortably, and create the financial freedom you deserve. The wealthiest people don't chase trends or material goods, they focus on long-term goals and personal growth. You can do the same. It's not about looking rich, it's about being financially free.